So you come across this video wanting to know what you can do on recovery days. Maybe you're a runner like me, or you're just an athlete in college, high school, or just in general, out of college. I'm sure you've probably seen on social media about what to do on recovery days, like what types, like full or active. So I'll highlight these kind of concepts depending on your sport. I can tell you what to do and what has helped me recover better in order to perform, better and more functionally the next day. So if you don't know who I am Kensei. I run track and field, specifically a sprinter for the 1 and 2. And I also compete in college. So with all my classes and everything in my life in general, I have to take my recovery days seriously. So these are things that help me, that can also help you on your own recovery days. Now, you don't have to be a college athlete to apply these tips, so come follow along with me. All right, the first type is a full recovery day. So what a full recovery day is basically you do nothing. You can do something like this: sit, lay on your bed, do nothing. Now, it's not totally nothing, but what you should be doing during your full day recovery is to get massages, roll out, and stretch. The whole point of a full recovery day is to let your muscles rest. Don't do any physical exercise, just get them recovered, get the knots out of your muscles, stretch them, get mobility. But that's pretty much it. You don't want to be breaking down the muscle fibers again. You want to have time for your muscles to heal before aggravating them again. So for a track athlete like me, we typically have a full rest day. If you're a track athlete, make sure you get a full rest day after your meet. But if you're a typical person, athlete, or whatever, I don't know what sports you do, but there are a whole range of sports. Basically, take a full recovery day after your competition or like a very hard training day. But usually after the full recovery day, I like to take an active recovery day after that. This is really like based off of you, like your own preference on how you feel, how you want to feel 3 days after, how much time you have to actually do these things. But personally, I like to take a full rest day and then an active recovery rest day, which I'll cover in later. But basically, the reason why I take a active recovery day like after my full recovery day is because I want to feel less rusty. I want to get my movements in, get my muscles ready again, to have a quality practice day after that. Because usually if I try to go into practice not having that active rest day, then I feel very rusty. I feel kind of like stiff and fatigued, and my training day becomes like another active recovery day because my form isn't there. I have to have time to get, moving again, get my muscles more warmed up, and get the movements in. But if you don't know what an active recovery day is, that basically means you get movement in. You be active. You do activities that get your body moving, so that can be biking, yoga, swimming if you want to, or like a light jog. But basically, you want to be moving throughout the day. You could even go on like a long walk or hiking, stuff like that. If you're a sprinter like me, what I do on my active recovery days is I do like 4x100 meter jogs, like at 75%. So basically striding out and just, really just focusing on my form, kind of just being light on my feet, just kind of just like going through the motions, just getting, my feet back up, kind of going through the full cycle so I get used to it. So my muscles are more adapted for it for the next day. The rest on these 100 meter strides is just basically walk back. It's not supposed to be strenuous. You're not supposed to be out of breath from it. It's basically getting your strides in, getting a lot of movement in with your muscles so you're prepared to do a harder workout the next day. Another option for sprinters is to do like 4x80 building strides, but only build up to 75%. It's kind of, if you don't want to start at 75%, you can just build up to it instead. So for the strides, you start at 75%, but for the building, you start like pretty low, like 10%, and you slowly build up to 75% throughout that 80 meters. And what that does is that allows you to get warmed up a lot more by starting slower and gradually getting faster, because sometimes people can't start at 75%, or it's a little harder for them to start at 75% when they're like still feeling the sore effects from the 2 days ago of training or meets. They want to get used to the movements before they go up to 75%, so they just build. And building helps you warm up to go to that level. So those are two options for the running part. But if you don't want to run, you can also do swimming or biking or walking for 10 to 20 minutes, just light, not supposed to be vigorous or fast or hard. Just, moving your feet, moving your body if you're swimming, stuff like that. Just get the movement in. It doesn't have to be fast. It's not timed. Just do it for like 10 to 20 minutes. You're all set. But another key point throughout the recovery periods, like through active, full recovery, and also just in general, the key points is to sleep well, get more than 8 hours of rest per night, eat well, so eat nutritious foods, get your vitamins in, protein, vegetables, grains, and carbohydrates, all that great stuff, and also hydrate. So get your electrolytes in, drink enough water, because if you don't have these building blocks, like these nutrients in your body's ability to recover your muscles will not function properly because you're not getting enough protein in, your nutrition is not right, you're not eating enough, you're not sleeping enough, and you're not hydrated enough. So sleeping, nutrition, hydration is also the essential points of your recovery day. These are mainly important in your full day recovery because you're not really doing anything active. You're just, trying to keep your body's movement to the minimum. So getting these 3 points should be easier, but also more essential because this is a time you have to actually focus more on that. Like I said, do the other recovery methods that I mentioned, which is like getting a massage, foam rolling, stretching, or other recovery methods out there. Do that. These are supplementary, but they can also help you short term and long term if you do it right. So get those in. The cheapest way to do these things is just getting a foam roller for like $10 to $20. Rolling out. Stretching is easy. You could just do it on the floor. Massages are expensive, so I'm kind of eerie on that point, but basically roll out, stretch are the main points, and do your mobility exercises. If you don't know what to do for these exercises, you can Google it, find a YouTube video on how to do these things. I could definitely make a YouTube video for these things. If you're interested, just let me know in the comments down below. But that's pretty much it for today. It's a quick video, but if you're interested in my journey to running sub 11 in the 100 meters, watch this playlist right here.